Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Gulfstream Park. Ron Nicoletti along with Samantha Perry. Brian, our partner, Nata was up there. It's Maryland Million Day today.
It is Maryland Million Day today. I'm just kidding. Starting early today.
Yeah, it's starting early. You're already goofing off already in the first race. Well, we got the Rainbow Six.
We do?
We got let's check it out and see what we got going on with the Rainbow Six today. We've got an estimated pool of over $50,000. I think you'll get that today.
Yes.
Pretty tough sequences all through there, so it's going to be a fun day. And if you're just joining us or you're anywhere around here, we've had rain for the last couple hours here, so we're off the turf. We got the big storm yesterday, so we're not dealing with the turf course. But right now, look behind us. It's beautiful. It's at South Florida, so come out and join us. It's going to be a fun day. We're off the turf. The main track when we got on the air was listed as good. I don't know if they changed that. We'll find it out. Pete will be on afterwards. And, of course, we got the all-weather. It's sloppy. So it's sealed and sloppy. So, yeah, we had that rain. So sealed and sloppy. And let's get right to the action, right? You ready?
Let's do it.
First race was originally scheduled for the turf. This one is maidens and the 2-year-olds. And, scratch the 6 and the number 8. 13 and 14 both get in, so you're dealing with a full field of 12. So I put a early pick 5 ticket together, and let's show you what it looks like here. And I went 3 deep in this race. We'll talk about it in a moment. Race number 2, my top pick is the 4 Lightning Dust, but I was afraid of the 7. I had to add that horse in there. Third race, just 2 for me. Top pick is the number 4 Attention to Detail, Kelly Breen and Paco Lopez, taking a little bit of a shot with that first-time starter. In race number 4, it is the 5 Joe DeBage, going to be a low price in there. In the last leg, I like Leroy Brown on the inside for Heather Small. I thought that horse ran really well. We're going to show a video of that. So $36 to kick off the early pick 5 today. And boy, there's so many ways you can go here. The 5 horse, I don't know how you started. Zion currently the even money choice.
Yeah, so sometimes I feel like when you handicap, if you know too much, it can be a problem. I'm sure you've been doing this a long time, so you know what that is.
She was waiting to take a shot.
Experience-wise, the 5 Xenon, there was a work. Granted, it was 2 works back, and this wasn't a very efficient moving horse at all.
Right.
These Bucheros, we see they're usually super athletic and they're just very good at running on anything. Well, this horse she was not good on the dirt at Palmettos. Now, will she like the Tapeta? Well, all Bucheros seem to like it, but I didn't like what I saw in the morning. That's why I have her lower down. But if I didn't see that, I would be thinking the same thing.
And that's an absolute great point because, a lot of people are looking. What do you see? You see Carlos David, who's been winning races in bunches, and who's riding it. Paco Lopez, who had nice wins yesterday. So certainly a lot of reasons that this horse is favored right now. I did put it on top without knowing about that work, but I like the fact that you went with Bubbles Up, who's got some experience doing this.
Yes, and we'll show the replay, too. Another really nice early Stallion Battalion runner, of course, the sire rated by Merit, who we'll see next week. But watch Bubbles Up because Jose D'Angelo is not known for first-time starters. Look at this price on her. She's the 8, and she just makes a huge run. She was flying late on the rail. Now, we've got Lily Bird as well in this race, and in timing, you see both of these in the mix, but the only one that I really like out of this is just Bubbles Up. What a big, big effort to run like that, Ron.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Being that far back, that's really hard to do, especially on the Tapeta. Usually with the 5 furlongs, you've got to be in that first flight. So great, 21-1 that day. Certainly not going to get that this afternoon. No. Then you got the number 12 horse in here, and that is In Timing. And In Timing, what did this one do last time out? Set the pace for Rohan Crichton, backed up a little bit. You would expect, it was in that race with Bubbles Up, you would expect this horse to take that step forward.
Yeah, and I think the fact that she's shown speed going that 5 furlongs and now with that 12 post, because that's not a real ideal post here, but she seems like she's got enough early foot to clear the field.
And don't forget the 13 and the 14 both get in and run, so a full field of 12 to kick off the afternoon. So got to have your handicapping hats on very early today. Going to race number 2, it's going to be a 6 furlong sprint, as we just said. The main track is now sealed and sloppy. It's a claimer for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. Scratch the 3 Moonlight Vision, and I got an early pick 4 ticket I want to show you, and we'll check it out right now.
You hit it yesterday.
Yeah, I hit it. Yeah, the early one. I had just a $12 ticket here. It's a run back of what I just talked about. Basically the same there. So $12 for me. Matches up to my pick, my early pick 5. Perfect. So we'll see how it is. Now, I'd like to see how you went in this race. I had the 4 Lightning Dust on top.
I think that horse is a big player. I've got a little bit lower down, but I do think the fact that this horse 2 starts back came off of a very big win should be right there.
And what about your horse in there? Kiki, this one certainly on the drop has to be looked at.
Yeah, most definitely. And there's a lot of speed in this race, and Kiki looks like a horse that can close, and I feel like that will be a good asset to have in this field. But she's coming off a little bit of a layoff. We're seeing some of these Arundel horses now switch to other barns like Jorge Delgado and Carlos David, but Jorge Delgado now he's back with us. I like the couple of works leading into this race.
Yeah, just a wide open hip fan. Then the inside horse Sand Wedge is going to turn back a little bit. This 3/4 of a mile. Ran good, had the lead, and held on just to win it by a neck. So handicapping 101, you would think the turn back to 6 will help this horse today.
Yeah, definitely. And she can handle a sloppy track as well.
Let's go to race number 3, 6.5 furlongs, once again on the sealed sloppy track. These are maidens. These are state-bred 2-year-olds. A couple of scratches in here with the number 1, Red Candy Apple, and the number 3, Flood Zone, aptly named for what we've been going through around here the last couple of days here in South Florida. We've got a lot of rain. And you went with the number 6 horse in here, Oleg, and I was torn between the 6 and 4, but talk about the 6.
Oleg is another horse like in the race 2 that's switching to the Jorge Delgado barn. He wasn't able to get it done in his first 2 starts, but they've gelded him since then. I like the fact that Edgar Zayas stays aboard here. This is my best bet today.
Your best bet
Yeah.
there? Yeah, I have it in second. I went with the 4, attention to detail. First-time starter for Kelly Breen and Paco Lopez in the saddle. I want to show you a stat that I found. When these 2 guys hook up, you'll see it right here. At Gulfstream in the past 5 years, solid 18%, 51% in the money. Just wanted to toss that out there. Kelly does a great job. Paco in the saddle. A lot of guesswork. The 6 horse already proven that it can run, so the difference.
Yeah, and attention to detail again. This is another one for me that just looking at the sales work, I was not a fan of how the horse looked. Now that was back in earlier in the year, so we'll get a good look at him here. But just based on what I saw at the sale, I wasn't a big fan.
The number 7 horse we both have some interest is Cocktail War, and it's just Jose D'Angelo, first-time starter with MCL Jaramillo in the saddle. So you got to give it a second look.
Yeah, you do. And this is one that breezed 10 flat at the OBS April sale, which was a decent enough work. This horse has one of those really high head carries, so it just doesn't really move efficiently, but this is a good outside post.
And, Latch to Hatch with Orsino, Mike, a husband's apprentice, he's 4 for 8, I think, at the meet so far. He's like 50%, so pay attention. He's running. Looks like he's got some talent.
Yes.
So, race number 4, 7 furlongs. On the main track, claimers 3-year-olds and upward, actually. No scratches in the race, and we both, Joe DiBaggio looked pretty tough in here.
Yeah, he really does. What a cool horse, too. He's 8 years old. He's won 13 races. He just keeps on keeping on. Now he's first off the claim, and you found a good stat on Pablo Torres.
Yeah, he just always seemed to be mentioning his name, so I looked it up over the past 6 months, what he's been doing. He's 4 for 10, 40%, 80% in the money with that big, huge ROI. First after the claim in the past 6 months. So he jumps in and he makes these horses run well, and you get an Edgar Zayas.
Yeah, all these things that you mentioned, this is why this horse, I feel like it's the one to beat.
And you got Double Play King, Rohan Crichton, got beat by Gone Nuts, who came back and win again.
Yeah, and that was his runner as well. So I do like the fact that this horse is drawn nicely to the outside, but still needs a form reversal. But like Pablo Torres, Rowan Crichton is very good at getting these horses off the claim.
3 for 4 in the money on the wet track. So that's another thing you have to look at today, even though the sun is out. It's so beautiful out right now. You can't believe it. So, but we got that rain. So you always got to factor in how these horses run on and off track. So that is race number 4 for us. Race number 5 is going to stretch it out to 1 mile and 70 yards on the all-weather Tapeta Maiden Claimers. These are 2-year-olds. We did have some scratches in this race of the 3. Ought to be lucky. The 6, Megadon, and the 7, Sir Ascot. Jockey change in the 4. Make that right, Jonathan Ocasio, and we're gonna let's show the video with Honor That Dude and Leroy Brown. We both have them on a ticket somewhere.
Yeah, we do, and Sir Ascot will see another day. But Honor That Dude and Leroy Brown both ran very well. Honor That Dude has had a couple of starts already, and Leroy Brown, that was his second start here, and they took money. Leroy Brown did. This horse was so game, and Honor That Dude just kind of gallops in. He's trying hard, but I felt like Leroy Brown. Wow, this horse ran really, really hard.
He was he was the favorite that day.
Yes.
And he just, as you saw, got beaten next. So I went back to him again. You did go with the number 8 Honor That Dude.
I did, only because, I do scratch into this horse. Sir Ascot was my top pick in this race, but I think that Honor That Dude can have a better go of it this time around. I think he needs to be closer, though.
Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out. And then the number 9 horse, I thought Primado, I believe it's pronounced. It's claiming to sliced right in half. So 50% drop. I think that's going to be good for Antonio Sano. So it showed a little bit of ability against those 2 races at the $35,000 level.
Yeah, he did. And I like the fact that Joe Bravo stays aboard. Doesn't ride a lot of horses, but he got a win yesterday.
He's been looking great.
Yeah.
He's been riding really good. I mean, Joe's doing a really good job. So we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have my Rainbow Six ticket and lots more.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today, Ron and Samantha. And race number 6 is where the Rainbow Six is going to start, and also the Tropical Tapeta, pick 3 this afternoon. This is originally scheduled for the turf, now on the Tapeta. It's an allowance optional claimer. And beauty of this Tapeta, no scratches in the race.
Yeah.
Let's look at my Rainbow Six ticket, then we'll check out your Tropical Tapeta, pick 3 Tapeta. So I'm singling the 9 here, and I did a radio show this morning, and the host comes on and says, well, I hate that it's a sucker horse. I said, well, it's my best bet day. But I like this horse a little bit better on the Tapeta. We'll talk about that race. In race number 7, 3 deep, my top pick is the number 6, Seminole Sally, for Laura Cesaris. In race number 8, just 2 for me. I think the horse is to beat his team captain, and that one for Safi with, as I mentioned, Micah Husbands, who's been riding really well here. In race number 9, I have 3 deep in here. My top pick is the 7. That's my long shot today, Animistic. I like that horse today, especially with the move to the Tapeta, one that was scheduled for the turf. Race number 10, 3 deep. The one to beat, of course, is Adios Babe in there, the number 6. And in the last race, that one came off the turf, a bit of a head scratcher again, so I went 4 deep with my top pick being the 12 Titan. So got the 4 scratches inside him, so the post is not going to be that bad.
No, you're definitely drawn way better now. And my Tropical Tapeta pick 3 ticket. Oh, this is a tough sequence, even for the Tapeta now, Ron. We'll get into this in just a moment. Race 9. I do have the 3 on top, but I also have the 7.
Yep.
Animistic, who definitely moves up here on the surface switch. And in race number 11, the finale, I do have the 6 on top for Rohan Crichton. $54 play for me.
Yeah, it is tough, that last race,
yeah.
so we'll see how it plays out. Getting back to this race, I'm interested to see if you put Rolling On top or you put someone. No, you did, so
I did.
It's not that much of a sucker horse because she likes it too. Let's show that video.
Yeah, we'll show the video, and even though this is a race where they're on the grass and it was on July 20th, I like the fact that we can see Bella Future as well, because this horse is also in the race. And Rolling On, this horse has got to be up front or very close to it. High Limit Room just wired the field here, and you could see that the rails were out this day, so that kind of plays more to horses like High Limit Room. Bella Future just never can find enough. It's just like he needs 6 furlongs almost, right?
Yeah, so we'll see. Distance will help
Yeah.
in Bellafucci. Yeah, so rolling on, I know with the surface, switch, I think is a little better this afternoon for this horse in here. You get Nemesis Al Jaramillo in the saddle, which, I mean, he rides him all the time.
Yeah.
You could go and say, yeah, second, go 3 back. He won. I think he's sitting on a good performance today.
I think so, too, especially the way the barn's been going.
Yeah, what'd you see with the 4-3-0?
Well, this was a horse that I was kind of more excited to see on the turf, but you look back at his race on June 20th, he did have a big win on the Tapeta, and he's never worse than second on the Tapeta. So what do you say? We've got tries, we've got exactas. This is a horse that I would key in an exacta.
Yeah, definitely 3-0. He doesn't win a lot, but
No.
he's always there. This horse is always in the mix. So you put him, like you said,
Right.
exacta or try or something like that. Figures very nicely in there. And then you got the horse that's probably the one to beat now, I think, with the move is just Louis the Sun King. Comes off that 3 good efforts on the all-weather
Yeah.
Tapeta, going 5.5, including the win last time out, turning back for Kathleen O'Connell.
I think that probably Kathleen was praying for rain here because this horse is 4 starts on the Tapeta and 2 wins, 2 seconds.
Well, let's go to race number 7. That okay?
Yes.
We'll do that then. We'll go to 6 furlongs. Race number 7 on the main track. This one is maiden. They're fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. A big scratch in here, I think, is with the number 1 Neopreme, even though I did have the number 6. I think I had the one on top. Number 6 Seminole Sally. How did you go in this race?
Well, we'll look
your
at
ticket.
we'll look at the late pick 5 here, and it's an expensive ticket for me today, but it's one of those sequences, Ron. My best bet's a little bit earlier. We'll get into this in just a second. Race number 8, I do have the 5 on top. That's Team Captain. Race number 9, I do have the 3 on top, Mr. Abario. Race 10, another really just complicated race on the main track, Major Price, and in the finale, I hope I've got one of your horses because you got me yesterday with your top pick, but I do have the 6 on top. That is a Coney Life for Rohan Crichton.
Yeah, that race changed a little bit with the scratches. And of course, we'll be talking about it a little earlier on. So $72. Yeah, this was sort of a head scratcher today. The late. That's what I was saying when we at the top of the show that these races are tough. And the pick 6 is going to be tough to hit this afternoon. Getting back to this race now, I did go with the number 6 horse on top, and that's Seminole Sally. And I just thought this was logical after the scratch of the 1 Neopreme.
Yeah, the only big question mark is how's the main track for this filly now. Daughter of the Big Beast, she should be able to run on it no problem, but it was such a big effort on the Tapeta, you wonder if she can get back to it.
Now, you have a video of the horse.
I
that
do.
And that is Carter's Baby Blue.
So this is a 4-year-old, and there are 2 4-year-olds in this race, and this is now on the trainer switch to Jose D'Angelo. What a big trainer switch. Now, Carter's Baby's Blue is on the outside. Paco Lopez will get aboard here today. Paco and Jose D'Angelo took the finale yesterday with Tiz the Bomb. This is a horse that I like the way he's working. She is working on the dirt. Now, she was not as good as her workmate, but her workmate is a pretty decent horse, so I don't want to read too much into that, but I just think that in a field where I don't trust anybody, I like the fact that she's got upside.
Yeah, and you get a nice price. I have a little further down on my ticket, but certainly going to use it. And then there's the number 9 horse in here, my Chutzpah. Oh, no, 5 Eyes on Michael is the number 9 horse in here. And I had some interest in this horse. Thought might run well this afternoon. Turning back, I just thought he's only run on the dirt in his whole life. He's running the mud. He's running the fast track. So we'll see how he runs this afternoon.
Yeah.
So he's got the point I'm trying to make. He's got that experience.
Yeah, especially on a muddy track, which will help.
Which you have a little further down there. So, yeah, it looks like a muddy track is – he certainly been unlucky in a couple if you wanted to get on a fast track.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it is. Race number 8 this afternoon, 1 mile and 1/16th on the Tapeta. These are claimers, 3-year-olds and upward, and we have a full field of a late. You want big fields? We got them here at Gulfstream Park, and you have a late pick 4 ticket, I believe?
I do, and we'll just show it quickly. It's a run back of my late pick 5. It's an $18 play. No singles in here, Ron. It's just one of those sequences, and you can see it from my late pick 5 and your Rainbow 6, but $18 to play.
$18, and I believe that you have Team Captain on top.
Yep, I do. Do you?
Yeah, I do too. We got a replay we want to show.
Yeah, we do, and I think that this was a really big effort from Team Captain, and we'll show it here because you don't win Tapeta races in this fashion because he was so far out of it. You see him, he's the 7 on the far outside. Just kind of a weird moving horse. We'll see him back in the screen here, but he's very game, and you like to see that. And they weren't really slowing down. He was picking it up, and he was just running on. Now we're first off the trainer switch for Safi. Oof.
$8,000 to the drop down, so I
Yes.
think this horse will run well in there. The number 2, Rapture Bay, I had some interest in. You had a little further down. And this one from Jorge Delgado, and I found an interesting stat I would like to show you with
Yeah.
this horse. Horse is going from turf to Tapeta in the past 3 years. 20%, 40% of the money with a positive ROI. Stat you wouldn't think the horse trainers going from turf to Tapeta would be good, And
Yeah, it is very good, especially for a barn like this.
Yeah, and this one also, the drop is going to help for that one too. So we'll see how that plays out. That is in race number 8. And then race number 9, this one originally scheduled for the turf. We run at 1.16 on the Tapeta. You're going to scratch the 2 and the 8, and this is what I was mentioned before. 13 and 14 get in, so you still have a full field of 12, even though there is a surface switch in here. And your top pick is the number 3 horse in here, and it's Mr. Abadio.
Yeah, we'll show the last race this was on the grass, but it was still a very, very strong effort. But I wanted to point this race out as well, just because I think he will be a very short price, Ron, and he very workmanlike won this race. So I just want to keep that in mind to the bettors, because you'll see Safi, you'll see just these connections, and you're going to want to bet out. But he was very workmanlike to win that race, and now we're on the Tapeta. He's only got 1 win on the Tapeta, but he's 100% in the money on it. But we both on our tickets were using other horses.
Yeah, the 7 is my long shot today, Animestic, and this one from Kelsey Danner. And you could look at the horses' last 2 races. They were stakes races at Presque Isle up there. So what happens when you run stakes? You didn't get the Lasix. You can't run with Lasix in stakes races. Getting the Lasix back this afternoon, I found the stat on Kelsey Danner, and I found this interesting because every time they come here, they run well. And you can see with the stat here, 14% with 101, starters here. That shippers into Gulfstream Park in the past 5 years had a return investment $2.77. So
that's a huge stat in this barn.
And I just wanted to, I just like the fact, looking for that long shot, getting the Lasix back, getting out of stakes competition. I think this horse can run well.
Yeah, I think so too. It'll be interesting to see what the odds do on this race now, especially with the surface switch, because it's a big field. But 8 to 1, if you get 5 to 1, I think you're stealing.
Yeah, and and you again check the 13 and 14 social long distance and Mutawid in there. See if they get in. If you like them, use them on your ticket for sure. Things are not easy here today as far as handicapping goes. Race number 10 is going to be 6 furlongs allowance optional claimer, and this one is a pretty nice race. There's no scratches in here on the main track, and your top pick is Major Price, and you got a video you want to show.
Yeah, we do, and I liked this effort a lot. This is now 2 wins in a row for Major Price for this filly. She's just been so game, and this was first off the claim too here. And watch what the move that Sonny Leon does. He goes, couldn't find a spot there. Instead of going to the outside, let's just dive to the inside here and just get it done. I thought this was such a big effort, Ron, and for a claiming horse that they took for $8,000 2 starts back, I thought that this was a big effort, and now we're in with state breds.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely looks like them. I got him on my ticket too, but I did go with Adios Babe, who's the morning line favorite for Victor Barboza. And what a change run. They claimed this horse. Horse was just okay. Boom. 81 buyer in its next race, going 7 furlongs. Run well on a wet track, 2 starts, 1 win, 1 second. Don't know if we'll have a wet track because this track dries out so fast and it's sunny behind us. So you got to work and see how the track's going to play today.
Yeah, but that's a horse that, I don't have, but you look at the track conditions, you might want it.
Yeah, just that way. And then, you got the number 7 horse on your ticket, and that's Julie's Legacy. And Julie's Legacy, Rowan Grain, 3 starts. Blinkers off today.
I like that move a lot here. I don't know what happened in that last start, but I'm willing to forgive it.
Let's go to race number 11.
All right.
Okay. Final one of the day. 1 mile on the turf originally, now 1 mile and 70 yards on the all-weather Tapeta maiden. Claim is for 3-year-olds and up. And I mentioned earlier where there's some scratches in here of the 5, the 7, the 8, number 10 and number 13. And of course, like we always say, Pete will be on in just a couple of moments to give you all those scratches in here. And I like your idea with the number 6 horse in here, and I know you used the 6 and 3 on your tickets.
I did, yeah. This horse as well. My thought process was just the speed here, Ron. And this isn't a race where there's a lot of super deep closers. It's a lower level claiming race. And even though this horse is 0 for 9, I like the post position and just bring speed to the party.
You know, I picked the 12, and I was sort of had some trepidation with that post going a mile on the turf. Now with the scratches to the inside and going to the Tapete, I think this horse is going to run well. He's one of those horses that'll be up on the engine. But look who he gets beat by in that rut. He gets beat by the 3 of Sting Music, who I like in Rapscallion.
Yeah.
So he's behind a pair of next out winners in there. I was concerned about the post. I'm not too concerned about the post anymore.
No, especially with the scratches. You're sitting in a much better spot.
And then your number 3, I think, has a big shot in here. I have it in second, too, and that's Kaliman.
Yeah, a horse that's going to finally get 2 turns on the Tapeta. The 2-turn race on the grass was a really good one. On the Tapeta, this horse should be a brand new horse.
Well, that's how we see the 11 races. And like I said, it's real nice out right now. So we're going to have a fun day here at Gulfstream Park. We're not done. We have to go through our lightning round. We've got lots of good stuff happening, not only here in our sister tracks.
Yeah, we do. And that's where Brian and the crew is right now. Today is Maryland Million Day at our sister track at Laurel. Big day. They got great weather this year for it. So make sure to tune in on some of those races.
Big fields, too, sort of like we have here this afternoon. So lots of good stuff going on. And we got the Coast to Coast.
Yep, the Coast to Coast is today, back Saturdays and Sundays. It is 3 from Santa Anita, 2 from Gulfstream, just a 2-hour window, which we like a lot.
Yeah, you get through it. You know, starts at 5 o'clock, and like Samantha said, ends at 7. So certainly something to do. Now, the thing I'm looking forward to, beside the racing next week with the Salient Stakes, is Oktoberfest.
Yeah, it's here for Taste at the Track as well, and tickets sell out really quickly, so make sure to go online and get those. I love seeing the people show up for this, and it, like you said, it's just going to be a big day all around.
They love going to that things upstairs, whether it's bourbon and beer brew, whatever. And everything they had up there is fantastic. So make sure you get your tickets. And next week, of course, the Salient Stakes Series number 2. They're going 7 furlong, so it's going to be interesting.
It will be, yeah.
Now, best bet?
It's Oleg for me a little bit earlier, race 3.
My best bet is the number 9 horse in race number 6, Rolling On, in your long shot today.
I lost my long shot. It was going to be for the grass, but not for the Tapeta.
And mine is the horse that I like actually on grass or on the Tapeta, and that's Animistic, 8-1 on the morning line. And as Samantha said, let's see when the smoke clears just how what the odds are on that race, because lots of things change when you change surfaces in there. So that's how we see what's going on here. The pick 5 is approaching 15,000 to run. You got plenty of time to get your tickets in. We'll be back here throughout the afternoon.